She had closed billion-dollar deals without blinking, fired executives with a calm smile, and walked into boardrooms where everyone waited for her to speak first. But at 35, sitting in a cramped airplane seat at 30,000 feet, she had no idea that a simple moment of human closeness was about to change the way she saw the world, because sometimes kindness doesn't arrive with applause or headlines. Sometimes it shows up quietly, when a stranger lets you rest your head on their shoulder. Before the story begins, take a second to support the channel. If stories about kindness, humanity, and unexpected moments move you, subscribe to your channel name, hit like, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps us bring more real, heart-touching stories like this to life. Her name was Claire Whitmore, CEO of a fast-growing tech company based in San Francisco. She was used to first-class seats, private lounges, and people stepping aside when she walked through. But that day, a last-minute booking put her in economy class on a cross-country flight to New York. Claire didn't complain. She was exhausted. 3 nights without proper sleep, a product launch gone wrong, investors waiting. Her phone buzzed non-stop until the flight attendant asked everyone to switch to airplane mode. She sighed, leaned back, and closed her eyes for what she hoped would be a few minutes of rest. The man beside her was Ethan Brooks, a single father in his early 30s. He wore worn jeans, sneakers that had seen better days, and a faded hoodie. A small backpack rested at his feet, and in the seat pocket in front of him were crayons, a coloring book, and a folded drawing of a stick figure family. Ethan wasn't thinking about the woman next to him. His mind was on his 6-year-old daughter, Lily, who was staying with his sister while he flew to New York for a construction job interview. It was his last real chance to land something steady after months of bouncing between short contracts. As the plane hummed and turbulence gently rocked the cabin, Claire's head slowly tilted and rested on Ethan's shoulder. He froze. People shifted around them. A few passengers noticed. One even raised an eyebrow, amused. Ethan didn't move. He felt the weight of her head, light but real. He could smell her shampoo. She looked peaceful, almost fragile. This powerful woman, whoever she was, looked like she hadn't rested in weeks. His shoulder began to ache after a while. His arm went numb. Still, he stayed still. Just let her sleep, he thought. Everyone needs rest. Minutes turned into nearly an hour. Mid-flight, the captain announced unexpected turbulence ahead. The plane jolted harder than before. Claire stirred, gasped softly, and lifted her head. She looked at Ethan, startled, embarrassed. "Oh my God, I'm so sorry," she said quickly. "I didn't mean to." "It's okay," Ethan said gently, offering a small smile. "You looked like you needed it." She blinked, caught off guard by his calm tone. No annoyance, no sarcasm, just kindness. "Thank you," she said quietly, then added, "I must have been completely exhausted." "Yeah," he replied. "Life has a way of doing that." Something about his voice made her pause. They began to talk. At first, just polite small talk. "Where are you headed? Work or family?" But slowly, the conversation deepened. Claire mentioned she was heading to New York for meetings. She didn't say she was a CEO. She was tired of being treated differently. Ethan shared that he was a single dad, trying to build a stable life for his daughter. "She's my whole world," he said, pulling out the folded drawing. "She made this for me before I left." Claire studied the drawing, a little girl holding hands with a tall stick figure labeled Dad. Her throat tightened. "I don't have kids," Claire admitted. "Work always came first. I thought success would fill everything else." Ethan nodded. "Success helps," he said. "But kindness, that's what people remember." The turbulence continued. The flight attendant struggled down the aisle handing out water. When she reached Ethan, she leaned in and whispered, "Sir, your card didn't go through earlier for the snack box." Ethan's face flushed. "Oh, that's okay," he said softly. "I don't need it." Claire noticed. She watched as Ethan waved it off, pretending it didn't matter. A few minutes later, she pressed the call button. "I'd like 2 snack boxes, please," she said, handing over her card. When they arrived, she slid one toward Ethan. "You didn't have to," he said. "I wanted to," she replied. "You gave me something much more valuable earlier." He looked confused. "Rest," she said, "and kindness when you didn't owe me any." The rest of the flight passed quietly, not awkward, comfortable. As they began descending, Claire hesitated. "Can I ask you something?" she said. "What kind of work are you looking for?" Ethan explained his background, his skills, his struggle to find a company willing to give him stability instead of temporary labor. Claire listened carefully. No interruptions, no judgments. When the plane landed, passengers rushed to stand. Claire reached into her bag and handed Ethan a simple business card. "My name's Claire," she said. "If that interview doesn't work out, call me." He glanced at the card. His eyes widened slightly. "Whitmore Technologies, CEO." He looked up at her, stunned. I didn't know," he stammered. She smiled. "That's okay. You treated me like a human, not a title." 2 weeks later, Ethan sat in a clean office, nervous but hopeful. Not for a handout, for a chance. Claire didn't offer him charity. She offered him a job, a real one. Fair pay, benefits, flexible hours so he could be there for Lily. Months passed. Ethan moved into a better apartment. Lily started school with a new backpack. Claire, for the first time in years, began leaving work on time some evenings. They didn't become a headline. No viral posts. No press release. Just 2 lives changed by a simple act of kindness at 30,000 feet. And Claire never forgot the lesson, that even the most powerful people sometimes need rest, and even those with very little can give the most. So if you ever wonder whether a small kind act matters, holding still, sharing a snack, listening without judgment, remember this. Kindness doesn't need permission. It just needs a moment. And that moment can change everything.